Novak Djokovic is going to join us right here. The Sony Open tennis tournament begins next week and runs from March 18th to the 31st at Crandon Park in Key Biscayne. Tournament, huge names. All the big names are going to be there, and this guy is as big as it gets. For tickets and info, visit SonyTennisOpen.com. We talked to Andy Murray yesterday, and he told us, look, if you talk to me about tennis, I'm going to be a tennis robot. If you talk to me about other things, I'll give you an interesting interview. Now, Djokovic, though, seems a lot more fun.
He does.
But how does this work, Novak? Should I ask you about tennis? Should we ask you about tennis? Or are we more likely to get better answers if we ask you about something other than tennis?
Well, it depends what you expect from me.
We expect a huge personality. That you're a big personality in tennis.
You're a guy who rips off his shirt after he wins tournaments. That's what we want from you.
You do impersonations. You do. Who's your best impersonation? What's the best impersonation that Novak Djokovic does?
Well, I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, maybe you can tell me better, but I would pick Sharapova.
Oh, Sharapova. You do a good Sharapova. You're an unattractive Sharapova, but you do a good Sharapova.
I have to get my screams though. I haven't exercised the scream yet. But I'm close to this.
Why doesn't Novak, am I wrong when I say this? Why doesn't tennis have more big personalities? Because you seem to be I know they've got big names, but you seem to be unusual according to most or compared to most tennis players. Am I wrong about that?
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I mean, it's great to hear that. Obviously, very flattering. But it's a good question. I would say, it's an individual sport, so everybody's different, and it's hard to kind of separate that professional from having fun, and privately enjoying what you do. I mean, obviously, in my case, I like to combine the both, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position to play tennis, the sport that I love the most, and to be very successful in it. So I try to enjoy and have fun and cherish every moment of it. There's a lot of people that support and globally follow this sport, and try to, I try to understand that and always have it in the back of my mind and appreciate every moment that tennis gives me, as a professional player. But I agree with you. We should have a little bit more entertainment in the sport and attract and in that way attract much more attention to it. So it has a lot of potential, but it's been there has been a tennis tradition for many years that a lot of people are respecting. So it's really difficult to step up from that conservative look on it. Kind of protecting the integrity of the sport and what the sport stands for, and yet again put some more fun into it. So I mean, in America, whenever we are here, we have that entertainment that maybe lacks in the other countries. So we're slowly getting into that, and the last players that really were fun for watching were like John McEnroe, Ivanisevic, Agassi, these kind of guys. They have this personality and charisma, but I think today we have more players that are able to bring up something more than just the tennis, and hopefully we're going to have even more in a few years.
Novak Djokovic with us here on AM 790 and 104.3 The Ticket. The Sony Open Tennis Tournament begins next week and runs from March 18th through the 31st at Crandon Park in Key Biscayne. The tournament features some of the biggest names in tennis. For tickets and information, visit SonyTennisOpen.com. You do have a lot of fun. You do have a great personality. I personally love watching you play, but I'm wondering, Novak, do tennis snobs get mad at you at all?
Well, depends from what perspective you're looking at. Observing a certain player, and everybody has a different opinions that I respect and I understand, and I just try to be who I am. All my life I've been trying to really have fun. I mean, it's one life, and at one time you're not going to have opportunities like this, in the years to come. So you try to enjoy it. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Live in the moment and embrace it.
How do you like Miami? Does Djokovic go crazy? Like, does Djokovic hit the clubs and use cardiovascularly? Does he use his dance? Like, do you dance and drink? And, are you going to get caught up in ultra while you're here and rave? What's going to happen here?
I love Miami. Miami is a great stage for entertainment, and I personally won the Miami tournament for 3 times and played really well in the last 6-7 years that I've been coming back to Miami. So I mean that says enough about how much I enjoy it, and I enjoy the crowd coming from different parts of the world, especially South America. There's a lot going on. Beautiful weather, a beautiful setting for tennis, beautiful venue. We go down to South Beach when we have time, and I do dance. I do not drink. I don't think that would be the best thing to do during the tournament, but dancing, yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, if the vibe is good, if the atmosphere gets me on, I'm into it.
What is the greatest perk involved with being as great and as famous a tennis player as you are? Like, the greatest thing that comes into your life because of the celebrity that you have is what?
Well, it's a good question. Well, there's many things, you know, that you enjoy as being number one of the world, and it's definitely the respect that you get. Tennis is a very global sport. It's individual sport. It's very demanding, but you get to travel the world. So I mean, I would probably pick that one. You know, traveling the world and just meeting so many different cultures and different locations and experiencing the different countries. That's something that I enjoy very much.
So the women.
Yeah, if you you really don't listen to my answers. You just wanna hear whatever you want to hear, right?
But that's what you would have said.
Listen. I hope my girlfriend is not hearing this. I have a girlfriend for more than 7 years, so I can't get provoked on this question.
I understand. Novak Djokovic with a Sony Open Tennis Tournament. It begins next week and runs from March 18th through the 31st at Crandon Park, Key Biscayne. Tournament's got all the big names. For tickets and information, you want to visit SonyTennisOpen.com. Now, you're friends with Vlade Divac. Why every time do I see that you're playing and one of your groupies is Vlade Divac? I don't understand this.
Vlade, well, he's one of the biggest names that Serbian sport had ever. So he means a lot to Serbian people, to our countries, and he's a very good friend of mine. He's the president of the Olympic Committee of Serbia. So I always like to have him. He's always welcome where I play. Maybe he comes to Miami. We'll see. You know, he's a very respected also basketball player here in the United States. He played in NBA many years, in Lakers, Sacramento Kings. So yeah, he's a great guy. He's one of the mentors.
Does he always smell like cigarettes?
Him? Nah.
He looks like he smells like cigarettes. He looks like he played basketball. He just looks like it. That's all. He looks like
he's just a guy who looks like he smokes.
Looks like he played basketball with a cigarette in his mouth.
He hasn't played for Miami Heat. That's why you guys don't like him so much.
It's not that we don't like him. It's that we don't like the way we imagine he smells. Novak Djokovic with us on the ticket. What's it like to be you in Serbia? It's got to be crazy, right? Can you go anywhere in Serbia?
I don't spend much time in Serbia nowadays because I just don't have that much privacy, to be honest. So I try to spend my time somewhere where I have that privacy. But whenever I'm there, you know, I like to go there, obviously, because it's my country, it's my hometown, Belgrade. Spend time with my family and friends. But yeah, it's crazy. You know, if you want an honest answer, it's crazy. I mean, no pretending. You know, I can't really go out in public and just try to be myself. You know, it's kind of hard, but I enjoy it. You know, I mean, I don't think that anyone who says that the fame is not enjoyable, I mean, he's lying. I mean, you got to enjoy it. I mean, you got to enjoy the thing of being recognized and then respected and appreciated for what you do. So I mean, that's you got to enjoy it a bit for sure.
We appreciate your time, Novak. We know that it's very valuable. We know you just finished a tournament. Thank you so much for being on with us.
Guy's not even tired.
Thank you very much for having me, and I really look forward to coming to Miami. And I hope that many people will come to watch tennis and watch us play.